guys, this is Aromie here. Welcome back to Changeling. It's been forever since I last recorded. I think, when was the last time I recorded? Apparently August 17th. It's September 23rd now that I have started to pick this game back up. It's been quite a while. If I sound any less enthusiastic, it's because I'm very tired, just got off work, and now I'm just recording. But anyway, here we are. I remember everything. Unlike last time, I remember that Marc and I are arguing about how I'm basically saying... I hope you guys don't hear all that yelling, excuse me. About basically saying I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not blaming myself, I'm blaming everyone for my situation. He turned away, clenching his jaw. This is why I hate humans. It's only fair when it favors you. I didn't say that. I can't believe this. A few hours ago, you carried to the point of badgering me about not doing this without you. And now I'm suddenly in the category of people you hate just because you think I'm a normal human. That's exactly what you are. Just like I'm part of a society you wish didn't exist. Oops, I didn't mean to right click. Oop. You know what? Fine. Go ahead and act like I'm the unreasonable one. Sulk because I've gotten a bit frustrated, and yeah, definitely hate me because now I'm just a troublesome human. You're right, I don't want anything to do with you or the rest of this either. I don't even care anymore. I stalked away from him. He caught my arm before I got far. Where are you going? Away from you, obviously. I yanked my arm out of his grasp. Home! Now let go. It's dangerous. Oh. To be honest, it's he still cares about us, even though we're arguing and shit. Well, since you hate people like me, I guess that's not much of a problem for you, is it? If something happens, you'll be secure in knowing you were right all along, and I promise I won't blame anyone but myself. I don't think he would think that. I think he would still feel bad because it's his fault, technically. In a way. Storming away without worrying about the consequences is just what I expect from you anyway. You always expect the word to step aside so you don't get into any trouble, regardless of your action. Throw your book bag at him? Storm away without a word. Well, I think in this... Well, I'm confusing this with 7th Scarlet, actually. I'm just gonna storm away without a word. He can read my thoughts. Right? Is that a good choice? I spun around and fled angrily down the sidewalk at a run. When had I ever done that? When had I ever expected everyone else to let me do what I wanted without consequence? I had never done it. I had made mistakes, but not because I wanted to be careless. Tears were stinging my eyes as I ran, more out of anger and frustration than anything else. I ran for at least a block before I finally slowed to catch my breath. I gripped a lamppost, doubling over as I breathed heavily. This music doesn't sound good. The chilly air burned my throat. Am I dead? Are you okay, dear? Oh my god. I am not here for this old lady. Is this an old lady? If this is the old lady, I chose the wrong day to play. I straightened immediately at the sound of the voice, a little embarrassed at the thought that someone had seen me running down the street like a lunatic. I'm waiting for it to... I'm fine, just getting a little afternoon exercise. Yeah, you're alone today. Oh my god, it's the old lady. It's the old lady. What? I looked over my shoulder and stifled a startled scream when I saw who it was. I didn't sign up to see this old lady, the first thing I come back to. The old woman from the other day. Oh, shoot. And of course I had to run into trouble the moment I was alone. I turned slowly, lovingly, and determined. Look at her. What do you want? My hands hurt after doing that. Oh, I just wanted to thank you for helping me the other day, but I didn't. I took a few steps back, unsure what to tell her. I didn't even really help. The woman smiled, a smile that did not look friendly or at all thankful. She reached her gnarled hand toward me as she watched me with those strange black eyes. I rolled backwards to avoid her hand. The moment she reached for me, I acted on instinct. I've never heard this music before. If I'm dead, I'm dead, to be honest. If I get to hear this cool music. I acted on instinct and swung my book bag at her with all my strength and made pretty solid contact with the side of her head. I had no idea if that was wise, but I took the opportunity of her seeming a bit stunned to run for my life. I really need to start wearing tennis shoes. What am I wearing? Not tennis shoes? I'm wearing boots. I ran non-stop until I was right at the edge of the last stops. I stopped in front of a bench there and tried to catch my breath as I checked if she followed. She was nowhere in sight. Boom! Above me. She was not very persistent when it came to following through on her attempts to ambush me. The least bit of resistance seemed to throw her off. I was grateful for that much, but damn, why was she so fixated on me? Stupid thing! So instead of Black Blob and those, whatever, morphed vampire thingies, I get the old lady in this room. I didn't even know what she was. A ghost? A fairy? Worse? As soon as I was able, I started walking quickly toward Raven's Glade. I did not want another encounter with her before the day was out. I'd reach I cannot read at this point. I'm scared. I'd reached the bridge in the neighborhood before I took another break. Am I gonna see a gremlin under the bridge? I was glad we didn't live too far from the town, but after that encounter, I was wishing we lived closer in. A 10-minute walk wasn't a lot usually, but it felt like an eternity when you were worried some creepy lady was going to jump out of the bushes and assault you again. On the way, I'd been thinking a lot about her. I remembered an old tale I'd read about birch spirits. They were described as gaunt women with long, pale hands. They had the power of death and madness in their touch. I had no idea if that's what she was, but I definitely didn't want to find out. Well, she touched me though, so I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm toast. I paused briefly to lean against the railing as some gust of air is gonna push me through, and look out at the fading light reflecting on the trickling water. Today sucked. On one hand, the Changeling thing was unexpectedly settled, at least in so far as now I knew what I was. I still need to figure out how to solve the problem though. I guess I should be grateful I had some direction. That's what I was going to focus on the next few days. And other things I was just going to not think about. I spun around glaring at the driver who dared honk at me when I was even on the road. Oh, Spencer. He pulled to a stop and rolled the window down. What are you doing? Nothing, just watching the water. I opened the door and hopped in without asking. Hey fam, what you doing out? Just taking I was gonna say a stroll, but you're in a car. Sorry, I walked today, I'm tired. You walked? Yeah, I walked. We rode in silence the rest of the way, and he didn't ask again. I spent the evening texting Allie to update her on what happened. I left out the fight with Marc, at least for now. I was trying not to think about it, but it was hard. I was so used to hearing from him before bed that I couldn't help but notice a specific lack of text before bed. But as much as I wanted to mope and be upset about it, I just kept telling myself I had other things to focus on. With luck, all of this would be over soon. Bad ending? Oh. I'm always scared to get the bad ending screen. Fairy riddles. So Kaya was pretty certain that was the case, huh? Yeah, she said that changelings have an unmistakable aura or something, and with the whole sleepwalking thing, it does kind of make sense. Would have been nice if the books were even the least bit accurate on this topic. Seriously, who wrote these books? So how did Marc take that? Did he have any thoughts? He's been awfully protective lately. Let's not talk about him. I didn't smile at her teasing. I just sighed and looked out the car window, biting my lip. That was not something I really wanted to think about. Hey, everything okay? I shrugged, really not wanting to go into all the glorious details of us yelling at each other on the sidewalk. I was still ashamed at having lost it like that. Look, Marc despises humans. I'm human. You can do the math there. Wait, what? Look, it was a frustrating conversation. We both got pretty upset. That jerk? He better not have done anything. He didn't. He was just Marc. And I really don't want to talk about him right now. I just want to focus on getting my situation sorted out. I didn't have the time or emotional energy to deal with the Marc issue, really. When all this changing stuff gets sorted, I'll give you all the details. You can't be mad with me. Vampires. What an idiot. That's what I said. I still didn't get how you could go from worrying about someone to just not caring in a matter of an hour. As much as I didn't want to think about him or talk about him, it was kind of hard not to. Wait, we have classes together. Or at least one class where we're sitting beside each other. In that class, we had to read to each other. It's gonna be awkward. It was kind of hard not to. He'd sort of come to take up a pretty huge part of my life. And now that he didn't seem to want to be there anymore, it felt a little empty. And we shared a kiss. God damn it, I'm not a one thing only Marc. At school, Allie reluctantly left to go do her extra credit work. Yeah, in the office. Alone, I headed to the 4th floor with equal reluctance. I'd gotten used to seeing Marc waiting for me there, but I had a feeling he wouldn't be there this morning. Just a hunch, but it was spot on. Hi, William. My first love. Still very loyal here? William was the only one in the club when I arrived. He looked like he was expecting me because he stood up when I entered, expression troubled. Good morning. I couldn't help but wonder if Marc had told him what had happened between us. It was hard to imagine Marc actually confiding in anyone, but they were friends. And William did look a bit worried. I managed to that looks so fake, don't do that. I managed to smile for him, if only because he was too sweet to deal with grumpy Michiko. Hey there! I tossed my book bag by the sofa and flopped down, tipping my head back to stare at the ceiling. I really need to pull myself together. I felt William's weight on the sofa next to me. Michiko? Is everything okay? Do I look that bad? No, it's not that. I meant with Marc. He was upset last night. Oh, did he go to your house or did he call you? You're blushing. What did he say? So they had talked. What? What's with the creepy, like, suspicion music for this? No, I guess it's not okay. He wouldn't tell me what happened, really. Just that he was mad. It's not that he was mad, really. I mean, I don't think he was mad. We argued about something I learned yesterday at the murder. I was frustrated that he got frustrated. There was yelling. That's about the gist of it. You know, he really cares for... No, he doesn't. Oh, just saying that out loud hurts me in the chest. Ow, just doing that hurts my chest. I took a deep breath, exhaling slowly as I sat up and looked at William seriously. Look, I know you're Marc's friend. Don't do this to William. William did nothing wrong, MC. But right now, I can't listen to someone who says he cares. William is so cute. He stressed how much he hates humans, and then followed it up by ranting about how I am one. That's not what caring looks like. I don't know what he heard at the murder, but I don't think anyone can simply switch their feelings on and off like that. Not even Marc. Then he does a really good job of acting like it. I slumped back on the sofa and pulled a pillow onto my lap. Whether I'm just a normal human who got stuck in some stupid paranormal situation or not, being human isn't a flaw. I agree that it's not a flaw. I never once considered being a vampire a flaw. William let out a long sigh and leaned back as well. Being human in this world is very difficult. The biggest irony is that if I believe what Kaya told me, when I get my body back I won't be human anymore, regardless of what Marc says. What do you mean by that? Are you Spencer? Oh, Spencer and Adrian. I had to remember real quick, like roll through all my A's. I tensed at the sound of my idiot brother's voice behind me, closing my eyes in frustration. Damn it, that wasn't something he was supposed to overhear. I still wasn't used to the fact that he could just easily walk into the club room now. Looking over my shoulder, I saw him standing in the door with his new best buddy. They were both staring questioningly. Ugh. Even if I hadn't planned on telling him yet, there was no way he'd let something like that go. When you get your body back, what does that mean? I crossed my arms over my chest and turned around, glaring at the fireplace. There were developments yesterday, major ones. Spencer came and stood next to the sofa, looking down at me. I avoided meeting his eyes. Why are you towering over your big sister? You didn't say anything about that last night. I was trying to get my own head around it last night. I didn't want to talk to you about it. Ooh, he looks, not satisfied. He sat directly across from me in one of the wingback chairs. I reluctantly met his gaze. His eyes were narrowed as he studied my face, a frown I'd become distressingly acquainted with the last few years. And this is where I'm going to stop. I'm stopping a little bit early, just so I can have enough content before Tyler comes home. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. This route is still my favorite. Because in this route, we're both angry at each other, so I don't feel as horrible. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Touch it.